It's time for Leave No Trace principle number 4, leave what you find. The point of this principle is to get you thinking about when you visit somewhere outdoors, how do you want to leave it for the next person who's going to visit? You want to allow them to discover and explore and observe all the things you did when you first arrived there. So let's talk about some ways that we can do that. You might be wondering how, Miss Ashley, there's probably so many rules. How can I learn those rules from when I go outdoors? So I went to LNT4 and printed off their pamphlet, or you can just go download it. And it has each of the principles. So what I'm going to do is I want to read to you about principle number 4 and tell you some of their guidelines for it. Number 1 is preserve the past. Observe, but do not touch, cultural or historic structures and artifacts. So when you find things like arrowheads or petroglyphs on a cliffside, you don't want to pick them up and take them or draw or deface on them. Right? Those have really cool historical significance. Number 2, leave rocks, plants, and other natural objects as you find them. You see a beautiful flower. Do not pick it. You see a really cool rock, don't put it in your pocket. And the reason for that is you need to leave it. You need to leave it so others can see it. Number 3, avoid introducing or transporting non-native species. So non-native meaning animals or plants that don't naturally belong there. They don't live there before. But if you're not careful, you can bring bugs with firewood, or some aquatic animals might stick to the bottom of your boat, and when you go from one lake to another, you could bring them. So being very aware of that. And finally, do not build structures, furniture, or dig trenches. It's okay when you go out in the woods to build a fort, or if you're on the beach, build a cairn out of rocks, but you want to make sure that you destroy it when you're done and put those rocks and sticks back where you found it. Similarly, if you see a spot that you want to maybe have a picnic and you clear away all the stuff to sit down, you want to make sure that you put it back when you're done. Now you might be wondering, that is a lot of rules, and how do I even enjoy the outdoors? What if I do see a flower that I love or a fossil? Well, I have a couple suggestions, and these are things that I do. You can bring a phone or a camera and take a picture of it. Maybe you love art, so bringing pencils or paints when you go in the outdoors is a great way to capture something you see. Or my personal favorite is revisiting a place. So if I find a place that I absolutely love, I can go back over and over. And not only am I noticing the changes through the seasons and with the weather and even things from daytime versus nighttime, but I'm able to go and view that object that I thought was really beautiful and I wanted to share with other people. What? Look how beautiful it is. I decided to go on a field trip because I wanted to talk about our challenge for this LNT number 4 lesson. And what that is you're going to create your own sort of communication to tell people all about an outdoor space. How you're going to do this is you're going to create your own interpretive sign. And an interpretive sign is usually like a poster or a board outdoors, because people can't always be there, and it tells you about things in that area. It tells you the history or about plants or animals, all kinds of things. So you're going to create an interpretive sign about somewhere important to you. It could be your yard, your neighborhood, maybe there's a park around you that you want to write about. You need to pick somewhere outdoors and make an interpretive sign about it. Here's some tips and tricks for making your own interpretive sign. Do you want it to be more pictures or more words? Do you want those pictures to be actual pictures, or do you want to draw them? Do you like it when interpretive signs have maps and tables? Do you want it to be about facts or more of a story? So those are some things to think about when making your interpretive sign. So that's assignment number 1. The second assignment or challenge is I want you to grab an adult, go on a walk, and try to find as many interpretive signs in your area as you can. And I'm going to take you on a little journey while I look at interpretive signs around my area. I hope you enjoy it. Bye, friends.